From the Loudoun Times-Mirror newsroom, this is LTM Live. Sponsored by Charlestown Races and Slots, the hottest slots around.
Hi, I'm Jana Wagner. In this week's webcast, you'll hear from the president of the Journey Through Hallowed Ground Partnership. But first, here's what we're working on for the July 15th edition of the Loudoun Times-Mirror. Rust Library in Leesburg hosts a grand reopening, an in-depth look at upcoming Board of Supervisors decisions, and coverage of the Greater Loudoun 12 and Under Babe Ruth Baseball Tournament. Now here's Paul Smith with Kate McGinnis-Wyatt to talk about the Journey Through Hallowed Ground.
I wanted to talk to you today about the conference coming up next week in Gettysburg, Kate. What about this new book by Deborah Lee?
We are so excited. We will be unveiling this work, which is the result of 3.5 years of research to recognize the contributions of African Americans who lived along the journey through Hallowed Ground from Gettysburg down to Monticello.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was interesting when we began this about 4 years ago, and we did all of our initial research. We found more American history and heritage than any other place in the country. But woefully lacking was the recognition of the contributions made by African Americans, Native Americans, and female Americans. So we saw and thankfully received funding to bring together top-flight academicians who could study the African American experience and contributions, and as it turned out, that research is so good. We received additional funding to publish it. So we'll be unveiling this book next Wednesday at our annual meeting in Gettysburg. It's called Honoring Their Paths, African American Contributions Along the Journey Through Hallowed Ground.
It sounds exciting. What other activities are going on at the conference next week?
We have something for everybody, actually. And you might recall we held this annual meeting here in Leesburg 2 years ago. We're thrilled to report that the president of Harvard is coming, and she will be our keynote speaker. She actually hails from just south of Berryville.
Oh, okay.
And she's a scholar on the South, and particularly on the Civil War. Also joining us will be Ed Ayers, another notable scholar on the South, the president of the University of Richmond. And we also have Ron Maxwell, who produced and directed Gods and Generals, as well as the movie Gettysburg. And he has Time Warner sending us the movie Gettysburg, so we'll have a special screening with a discussion with him afterwards. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have walking tours, we have biking tours, we have special events for children at the Eisenhower Farm, where they become Secret Service agents. So we are very pleased, and it's both Wednesday the 15th as well as the 16th on Thursday.
Okay.
And more information, of course, can be found on our website. If you would, I'd like to make it known that we do have a generous donor who's given us funding to make this conference available at no cost to teachers. Much of what we're doing obviously is research-based, it's educationally based, and if there are teachers watching, we would like them to contact us at hallowedground.org for information on how they can attend at no cost.
Okay. One final question concerning the hospitality folks. First graduating class coming up. Tell us about that.
Well, we realized with the sesquicentennial of the Civil War coming up, we will see double the amount of visitors throughout this region. And what we want them to do is leave saying, I came for the Civil War, can't wait to come back just to see Leesburg, or just to see Warrington, or I can't wait to come back for the anniversary of Jefferson's birth. Now, the person who can most directly affect that visitor experience is typically the person with the least amount of training on the history, the heritage, or even the cultural events. So with the support of Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, we have secured the funding to train now 4,000 folks who will be directly interacting with the visitor. That will include park rangers, it includes docents, it includes police officers, it includes cashiers, shopkeepers. So simply put, that when a visitor asks, hey, what's going on around here? They don't get a shrug. You know, they have an informed, hospitable response.
Well, it sounds like a good conference coming up. Hey, thanks so much, Kate, for being
Paul.
us.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Check out the July 15th issue of the Times-Mirror for a story about the Journey Through Hallowed Ground summer camp. To wrap up this week's webcast, here's Hannah Hager with ideas for how to spend your weekend.
Hi everyone, this is Hannah Hager with Loudoun Entertainment. Bookworms, come out and see famed political commentator Cokie Roberts talk about her new book, Ladies of Liberty, at historic Oak Hill, the former residence of President James Monroe. That's July 16th at 4 p.m. On July 18th, come change your latitude and attitude at the Key West Fest being held at Bro Vineyards. There will be a Jimmy Buffett cover band, hay rides, and costume contests, and of course, plenty of wine. That's it for this webcast, and we'll see you next week on LTM Live.